Let's look at how to graph a quadratic. Starting with the vertex form, where we have y equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. Remember, the vertex from this form is always h comma k. So the k keeps its same sign. If this is plus k, that's a positive k. If it's minus k, that'll be a negative number. X minus h is by default negative. So if you have x minus 2, then that's a positive 2. But if you had x plus 2 in the parentheses, then you were to assume that that would have come from x minus a negative 2, since negative is always default. So if it's a plus 2, you would have a negative number in your x-coordinate. Okay, so x minus 2 squared plus 3. Notice that there's nothing in front of the parentheses, so we can assume that the a is 1. And the vertex is positive 2, positive 3 is listed here. So to graph it from this form, I'm just going to come over here and plot the vertex over 2, up 3. And then I know it opens up because a is positive 1, and standard width because 1 makes it standard. If it was larger than 1, it would be narrow. If it was an absolute value that was between 0 and 1, then it would be wide. All right, remember that this is not the y-intercept, so I can't just say it crosses through at 3. Of course, that's the vertex, right? So that would mean it went straight out, but that's obviously not true. Instead, what I want to do is from the vertex, I could go over 1 and up 1, because 1 squared is 1. And then 2 squared is 4, so if I went over 2 positions, then I could go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this would be the left side of the parabola. The right side is going to mirror that, over 1, up 1. And then if I went back 2, I would go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So the y-intercept is really 6, isn't it? So this is my parabola. Axis of symmetry is still right through the vertex, so that's the equation x equals positive 2. Again, it's a standard width and opens up because a was 1. The vertex is at 2, 3 because of the location of this number and this number. In this example, we have a negative 2 in front. The vertex is negative 3, 4 because this plus really implies minus a negative, so it's a negative 3. And then since a is negative 2, I know that means it graphs down and it'll be narrow. So it'll look something like this. Arrows down and a little bit pinched. So I'm going to plot my vertex over here. It's going to change colors maybe. Negative 3, 4. So I go 1, 2, 3, and then up 4. So there's my vertex at negative 3, 4. I'm imagining it opening down, right? Now, because I have a 2 in front, it's going to accentuate it. So if I go 1 to the left and 1 to the right, instead of going vertically 1, I'll go vertically 2. And then if I went 2 over, I would go vertically 8. Because it's 4 normally, and then times 2 in front makes it go down 8. So here's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right through here, x equals negative 3 is my axis of symmetry. So again, the vertex is the same. It should look more narrow than this one does. It doesn't really, does it? I'm going to have to be a little careful how I'm graphing those because it should look more pinched or more narrow than the first one does. So again, this is probably how you will see it. Remember that the vertex comes from these two numbers, and the number in front tells you the shape and direction. If this would have been a fraction, it would have got much wider. If this would have been a 3, 4, 5, then it would have been more narrow, more pinched. If this would have been a negative number, this would open down. If this would have been a positive 2, then this green one would have opened up with the same vertex. I hope that's helpful.